독일의 기술력 배신 카페인 샴푸.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy.
Anthony Lionheart Smith, of course, back in 2019, he challenged John Jones for the light heavyweight title, has some very much signature wins over guys like Alexander Gustafsson, Rashad Evans, Shogun Hua, and he believes the best is yet to come. He has dealt with a lot of mental things that have challenged and forged him, and he is all sorts of fired up to make his walk tonight's social media posts. And with that, our pay-per-view is underway. Black trunks for Jimmy Crute, white trunks for Anthony Smith.
Man, Jimmy Crute is big. Look at the size of his legs, man. He's a big dude for the weight class. Strong.
Very interesting that Anthony Smith is an underdog. Considering the amount of experience this guy has, that just shows you how high people are on Jimmy Crute.
But when you watch Jimmy Crute, you understand it. You know, like, Joe, the kid has all the skills. It's just a matter of him trying to stay within himself. He's so young that he still makes mistakes in big spots. If he can get through Anthony Smith, though, it's going to be a matter of big fight after big fight after big fight. You don't beat a guy like Anthony and then fight another prospect. It's only the best from then on.
Oh, big kick to the body.
Nice jab there by Anthony, boy.
Strong low kick by Crute. Very patient here and calm.
Stiff jab from Smith, backs Crute up for a minute.
That was one of the things Anthony said that we would see was better movement. He's just learning to move.
Yes.
He's just learning to set traps and set angles.
Crute with another heavy low kick.
Oh, nice left hand from Lionheart.
Anthony Smith's gonna have to.
Stung him with that jab.
That jab put him in a chair a little bit.
Yeah, man.
It's so accurate.
Nemiroff, bold character since 1872. 2 minutes have gone by here in round one. It's been the low leg kick for Crute, the jab of Smith.
That low leg kick is heavy, and he's landed quite a few of them.
Anthony's gonna have to pick up on those. I mean, that jab is a piston, though.
It's amazing.
He's already reddening up the eye of Jimmy Crute.
Yeah.
That left eye. Right eye, excuse me.
Oh, man. Look at that jab.
That's beautiful.
Sensational.
You know what's crazy? It was like in MMA back in the day, guys didn't jab enough. It was all power shots. Now you see guys more educated with that jab and that front hand.
Anthony's having a hard time with that left leg, DC.
Well, look at it. Look at the red. Look at the redness of it.
Yeah, it's red, but it's buckling. It's moving weird.
Yes, you're right.
He hasn't checked one. And because he's fighting behind his jab, he does have to put pressure on that front leg. Because when you throw the jab, you do extend on the front leg to make your arm longer. And Jimmy Crute is just blasting leg kicks into him.
Man, that Smith jab really paying dividends early. Crute all sorts of reddened up here.
Oh, another one. That is a real problem. That Crute low kick. What a right hand, but Crute just ate it.
They both landed good here, though. Jimmy Crute landed a nice left hook there.
Yes.
If Jimmy Crute doesn't pick up on these jabs, though, his face is going to be battered and bruised by the end of the night. And those are the bruises that, as the week goes on, it gets worse. You're bad the night of, but 2-3 days after, you're all purple and blue and beat up. You cannot get jabbed all night like that. Not by a guy like Anthony Smith, who probably weighs 220 in the octagon tonight.
But much leaner than for his last fight, a win over Devin Clark.
He does look better physically, right, John?
Oh! Jimmy Crute hurt his knee, goes for a takedown immediately.
That was the first kick that Smith landed, and he dropped him with it.
Crute is, in many ways, fortunate to be able to get that takedown after that.
like something may have been injured a little bit
It
there.
looks like something's wrong right now as he tries to stand up on it.
And Joe, you always say these fights are crazy. Anything can happen, right?
Anything. Especially when you have two giant guys like this throwing bombs at each other. If Anthony Smith can separate and get back up to his feet and move.
Jimmy Crute has to keep this down for 24 seconds.
Yeah.
To get back to the corner and see what's happening.
I want to see what's going on with his leg.
He can't let that figure it out.
His left leg is gone.
yeah.
He's got drop foot.
Oh, he's bad. Oh, he took it out again.
Took it down. Amazing. Amazing.
His
So
leg
fortunate.
looks, I mean, like Henry Cejudo
Yes.
against Demetrius Johnson, it
Yes,
looks like.
exactly the same thing. He's got that drop foot going on. Now watch when he gets up. Let's watch when he gets up.
This corner cam, excuse me, brought to you by Body Armor,
Look
the
at his
official.
left leg. It's done.
That's it. That's
It's
probably going to be
done.
it.
Oh, his foot's all messed up. He can't even stand.
Now, we don't know if it's a
Oh, my
nerve.
goodness.
If it's a nerve, it might come back.
What is happening?
Well, we're going to see it in the replay. Let's take a look at what the kick was that did the damage. I'm not exactly sure where the kick landed. They're going to
And
stop
that's
it.
going to do it.
That is the word. I mean,
The doctor stops the fight. Jimmy Crute on one leg, and it goes into the book, says a TKO for Anthony Smith, boys.
hey, Anthony Smith landed that shot. But we talked so much about how big
Yeah.
a moment that was for Jimmy Crute.
Yeah.
And for it to happen on something freak like that, it's kind of sad, but
It's so
hands off to
crazy.
Anthony.
Oh, big kick to the body.
Nice jab there by Anthony, boy.
Oh, nice left hand from Lionheart.
Anthony Smith's gonna have to.
He
that jab
stung
set
him
him
with
in
that
his-
jab.
He hasn't checked one. And because he's fighting behind his jab, he does have to put pressure on that front leg.
That is a real problem. That Crute low kick.
Oh,
What a
goodness.
right hand, but Crute just ate it.
They both landed good here, though.
Jimmy Crute hurt his knee, goes for a takedown immediately.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 1, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Anthony Lionheart Smith!
First of 3 rounds. Santos in the black, Smith in the blue. Anthony Smith saying after his last fight, he knows it's a hole in his game and he has started slow. He scored the 3rd round knockout victory each of his last 2 appearances. He does not want to let that happen against Maheta Santos. And Smith moves forward.
Swarms in there. I don't know what happened, if it was a slip or if he rocked him there.
Looked like Santos slipped, fell off balance, and Lionheart tried to take advantage of it, but Maheta back in it with a few left kicks.
Yeah, Santos is not afraid to throw that left kick. He's got a vicious head kick knockout. He set it up with a body.
Oh! Big spinning kick that connects to the chin of Lionheart. And Santos goes back to work, but somehow Anthony Smith is still with it.
He's in mount. He had managed to ride with the momentum of that scramble and ends up on top of Santos in the mount.
Wow. That looked to connect cleanly from Santos.
That's exactly how I expected that opening round to go, actually.
Santos the betting favorite at -300. Anthony Smith plus 230.
I think it'd be smart of Anthony Smith right now to stay here, ride this out, slow the momentum down here, especially with the way that these fights have been going for the Brazilians in their hometown crowd. Anthony Smith's got to get settled in here and start going to work.
If you don't get rid of him early, Anthony Smith has shown every bit of the nickname having a Lionheart, but a big moment here for Santos as he reverses. You mentioned it, Paul. Brazilians 5-0 on the fight card tonight so far. And Santos looking to keep that record intact.
Yeah,
As we approach 2 minutes gone in the first round.
bad position for Anthony Smith. His head is pressed up against the fence. And with a guy like Santos on top of you who's looking to rain down some big elbows here, Smith has got to get a little urgent here, try to get out of this position. Either open that guard up. He's gonna have trouble finding a submission from here. We've seen it earlier in the night in some of these other fights. It's a tough position. You're not in, you can't really posture. You can't use your length. He's got to try to let that guard open up and put his back on the fence and get out of it, but Santos just ripping away with the body.
Body shots, body head from Santos there. He found some separation momentarily.
The fingers in the eyes. Watch the fingers, please.
In there from Mark Goddard. And Thiago Santos as he looks to continue to work in top position. Smith looking over to his corner, gave a little nod from that.
Like, you know, letting them know I'm okay. You know, Santos seems okay to settle down a little bit here himself. The opening of that round was a bit insane. Both guys probably had a bit of an adrenaline dump right now, so I think both are trying to collect, figure things out, and get back into this fight.
Smith on the ground looking to keep Santos tight and limit the damage.
Stay there and each work.
Just an uncomfortable position to be into when your head's up against the fence. With a guy on top of you like Santos looking to ground and pound, it's a terrible position.
Back to the body for Santos as Smith looks.
He's got the underhook
to escape.
Nice job. He tried to sneak out the side there, and he's got the underhook. He wants to keep that. Using the butterflies to try to elevate Santos a little bit here to get him some separation. But Santos all over him.
Heavy pressure as Smith able to stand up and look at him. Chase down Maheta. Big right. Smith goes down. And Santos looking for the finish.
Wow. Just when you think, oh, but a big cut opened up on the eye of Santos.
Yeah, each connected on that exchange.
Oh, man.
Smith is looking to get to the end of the first round. Santos continues to apply the pressure. 30 seconds left.
That elbow that Anthony Smith landed split open Santos' eyebrow. But at the same time, he rocked Smith. Smith didn't seem to know where he was for a second there. Hands down. He's surviving here with short time left.
Big knee to the body. And 10 seconds to go in the first round.
Anthony Smith being smart to not rush up here and eat a big knee from Santos.
Oh, Santos hit his own leg. There's the horn. Wow. We'll see a round two after this. My goodness, a show of respect from these two fighters as that horn sounded at the end of the first round as well. We'll see how the cut of Santos plays a part in things. Looks like it's above his left eye. We'll see if Smith can attack that. Santos moves forward with the kick.
In Anthony Smith's corner. Oh. Told him, don't play around with him. Don't throw big hooks and wild stuff. Try to meet him down the middle with straighter punches.
Also told him you felt everything he's had, and Smith survived it.
Yeah, but that might just be reminding him, like, yeah, I did. And I don't like it.
Yeah. Body kick. Santos, look out! That shut him down! It's Santos looking for the finish! Lionheart Smith trying to stay in this thing.
Wow!
And grabs the leg of Santos. Goddard giving him every chance, but that will do it. Thiago Maheta Santos, his fourth straight knockout. His last two appearances, he does not want to let that happen against Maheta Santos. Smith moves forward.
Swarms him there. I don't know what happened, if it was a slip or if he rocked him there.
Looked like Santos slipped. Heavy pressure as Smith able to stand up and look at him. Chase down Maheta.
Try to meet him down the middle with straighter punches.
Also told him you felt everything he's had.
The champion comes officially 1 minute, 3 seconds. Round number 2. Referee Mark Goddard steps in, puts a halt to the bout. Your winner by TKO victory, Thiago Maheta Santos.
Worth noting that Smith has only made one appearance in the light heavyweight division for the UFC. He is a former middleweight fighter. Lord only knows how he did that.
It was interesting earlier this week, John. He said that he knows what to expect from Shogun, which is why he doesn't have a great deal of fear coming into this. He knows what Shogun brings to the table. He's been watching his career for so many years. So
yes,
he feels
says
like
he hasn't really changed in recent times, Dan.
Feels like he has a good read on him. Feels like he has a plan to counter what Shogun brings to the table. But the aggression of Shogun is what always set him apart. Whoa! Right hand over the top for Shogun there straight away.
And I think both fighters understand that they were going to meet in the center of the octagon and someone was possibly going to fall down.
Nice feints from Smith. Testing the reactions of Shogun, who's trying to start relaxed here.
A short notice call-up for Smith, which made it a bit of a tricky one for Shogun, but actually when you consider...
Oh! Front kick to the face!
Wow.
Anthony is in and out of range here. He picked a nice left hook for a second there. Oh, and again, Shogun's on his heels.
Big shot here.
Oh,
the Lionheart goes forward.
Shogun's on the left. How is he still standing?
Massive right hand. That is it. Anthony Lion Smith takes out another legend.
Amazing, amazing, incredibly impressive for Lionheart Smith. Just cerebral, clinical destruction all the way through. Now he releases the emotion.
Two former UFC champions in 2 fights. Anthony Lionheart Smith makes a massive statement here in Germany.
He doesn't have a great deal of fear coming into this. He knows what Shogun brings to the table. But the aggression of Shogun is what always set him apart. Whoa!
A short notice call-up for Smith, which made it Shogun, but actually when you consider...
Oh! Front kick to the face! Nice left hook for a second there. Oh, and again, Shogun's on his heels.
Big shot here.
Oh,
the Lionheart goes forward.
Shogun's on the left. How is he still standing?
Massive right hand. That is it. Anthony Lion Smith takes out another legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 29 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by